What up, dude, bro? Spider Avenger Miller. Today, I finally have the X-Shot Mad Mega Barrel, and I know, I'm a year late to this, but at the time, this didn't feel as appealing to me, but now it does. So, the Mad Mega Barrel is part of X-Shot's new Insanity line. It is their massive primary, as you can see here. So, let's get into it with an external overview. There will be a no unboxing segment just because Xbox X-Shot's packaging sucks. But let's get into it with an external overview. Starting up front, no Instruct barrel lug. This is not a Nerf brand blaster. Up top, we do have a Picatinny rail, which you can attach its attachments to, or any other airsoft kind of attachments. I haven't tested full scopes on these yet. I kind of want to get one day so I can do it. Back behind, there is a little unlatching key for the top part, which does take out this massive 72 dart ring. Got the freaking bling bling up in this piece, you know what I mean? And then, of course, you just open that up, and then it's a little cumbersome putting it in here, but once you have it solidly in there, just slap that, and you're ready to go. Down below, we do have a priming handle to prime. You do that. The prime stroke itself is actually pretty smooth. It does have a ratchety system, but honestly, that's not even a bad thing. It feels smooth enough, and it's honestly not that bad. And then up above, we do have two of the same type rails to where you can't really put a optic on there, or a light, unless you want to have a dart hole light, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, back to the trigger. The trigger pull is very nice, and this blaster does have slam fire, meaning you can hold down the trigger, but when you prime it, that's when it fires, and then you could just repeat that motion over and over and over again. And then back to the grip. The grip overall is actually really comfy. It's thumbhole stock, and you know thumbhole stocks can be hit or miss. This one's actually pretty comfortable, even though this back rail right here does run into my hand a little bit, or my forearm, but it's actually not bad. It actually feels really comfy, and the whole blaster is pretty small. It's really front heavy though, just because of this massive 72 dart capacity, which I can't overstate enough. And now back to the stock. This is a fixed in place, non-adjustable stock, and it's a pretty good length. It's a little small, but overall the blaster feels kind of closer to a carbine. But again, the 72 dart thing just doesn't really help that. But that is an external overview of the Mad Mega Barrel. Now going over some of its attachments. So with all the Insanity blasters, they come with these unique dart holders that you can just put on anywhere on the blaster. And then you just have extra dart storage, which is really convenient. But with something like this, you're probably not going to need extra dart storage, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and it comes with these ones as well. They're pretty much the exact same thing. You could, put these on any part of the blaster that has these rails. And of course, this one's stingy, but okay. Another thing, too, is it comes with this little piece, and I haven't really talked too much about this piece on the channel, but what this piece is like I've stated before, you can use this piece, hook it onto your blaster, then you could attach other blasters to it. So if you have any other like blaster that supports these kind of rails, you can put them together, and this can actually work on Dart Zone Picatinny rails, which is sweet. Thank you, X-Shot. And of course, 72 of their new darts, which I really still love how they're classic Elite Dart colors, just because it's nostalgic. But they're also very great darts, and I will talk about them at the end of the video. But in the meantime, why don't I show you some firing?
One long firing demo of 72 darts. Let's go. Oh.
Sorry for the little difference in how the reviews go, and just kind of having more fun with this, but also finding out some of its difficulties. If you saw from the firing demo, I had to clip something just because Slamfire kind of hicked up just a tad, but not bad. It was just because I was mainly doing it for fun. I want to see how fast I could actually go with it. If you go methodically slow, there's not really a big problem. But if you go really fast, this is going to kind of over-rotate, but it's also not going to rotate as well. But it's a very good system nonetheless. Barely had any feeding issues. And plus, performance is really great on this one. I believe Wacom had it at like around 80 FPS or something like that. But that's literally all the objective information I have on the blaster, not in my personal opinion. I have a much more higher opinion of this thing than I thought I did a long time ago, because at first I wasn't excited for this. I mean, 72 shots, true, but the only gripe I have with this thing is it's kind of an ergonomic nightmare in some areas, just because like of how this is oriented and how like front heavy. But my opinion is very positive. If you were to give this to any casual, you give him 72 shots of capacity, which is amazing, and it's overall just a blast to just blow through that. You just go. It's so much fun, and honestly, the Eggshot has just been doing an amazing job with these Insanity blasters, and I can definitely tell them I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Eggshot. But now to the question: to buy or not to buy? If you are a stock class nerfer, this is a great option, especially if you're that kind of person that isn't good with like mag reloads or anything. Because you give this to anyone who is like just starting off at nerf, this is a really great option just because it's 72 shots of capacity and they can literally be in midst of battle, and then as soon as they need to just load in darts wherever it's empty. It's an easy one to give to casual nerfers, and it's a great option for HVZ as well if you were to just be that kind of person who likes loading this. But now that also comes into the con. You might want to have an extra one of these because reloading this is a pain in the butt, man. It's a fun blaster indeed, but this is a pain to reload, as is many like drum fed things. But overall, just a great blaster, and it comes with a really great purchase recommendation. So, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Much love, blast on, and please stay tactical.